Um, I will be going to Dallas courtroom tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be on the train in Dallas tomorrow. And one of the things going to the courtroom tomorrow by myself and with my kid. And one of the things I understood about I'm going to the courtroom and I'm dealing with racism. Sorry guys. I'm dealing with racism. And I'm dealing with racism in society. And me have to deal with the court situation and have to deal with that and family not understanding what has been done by hip hop and me being on going to be in that courtroom by myself tomorrow. That can be the biggest thing that I have to tell myself. But people don't understand. We can have our differences, but they did me wrong. And and people want to weigh things out. And I'm in a situation right now where the community, hip hop community, is getting away with what they get away with. And what can we do but fight with liberty and justice, like Jordan Victoria said? And it's hard when you. The most thing we have in life when you can't get family to get on the same page as you because the different point of views. And they was wrong for what they did. They terrorized me. I'm not gonna back down from somebody in the mayor didn't want to listen to everybody wanted the social security. I'm not gonna back down from people want to treat you bad in the social security and hip hop want to treat you bad in Dallas and call you stupid in the mayor. I'm not gonna back down from him. This is one black man that should have never said what he said and did what he did. God said, I know he's, I'm not going to back down from that. And I don't think that's right. I have rights and I have rights. And I filed a liberty suit, a civil rights. I'm not going to back down from one man. And if Governor Abbott support him, God is going to take everybody that's down that's supporting this racist man with his behavior. I got terrorized. And that's not fair for the hip hop community to lie and put their platform, to leave me out for their platform. I'm on YouTube and right now I'm doing the Dallas courtroom and I'm doing it. I'm not backing down. I don't care the way people looking at me. I don't care because when you standing for something that is greater than standing for something that is big, where we all need to be heard and not be terrorized and Yellow Breezy think his ego is big as the fucking city, and MO3 tried to tell him. Nobody got time for that. I refuse to back down from the courtroom behavior and back down from anybody behavior. Tomorrow I will be on that train tomorrow, and God said, let God be with me in this bullshit that's going on. I was actually comfortable in South Dallas when I was walking around. I'm not with that. But one thing I'm on live, man. I'm talking about knowledge. I know this business, and everybody wanted to see and want to trick people. The hardest thing, and that's why I have a son right now. And one thing I say, I will always understand my son, because I know how it feels to, you know. I told my mom I'm getting tired of being in a racial job environment. I'm getting tired of being a part of a Walmart company and being part of Walmart racist behavior. I'm getting tired of being a part of Texas businesses and racist. Governor Abbott talked a good game, but I'm a very intelligent person. And trust me, I had great teachers around me in New Orleans and in Texas. You know, a Jew. I had great people around me. And I'm I'm not gonna back down from this. Tomorrow I'm being a courtroom and I said, let it. Everything happens the way it happens. He's gonna be. I said, let him happen. But I told Joe Biden, you know, racism want me to stick by the rules. The way my black people treated me in hip hop in Texas and Dallas and Yellow Breezy didn't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Racism that can't accept God's children. No, I'm gonna take my kid for racism that can't accept me and God's children. We seeing how they behave. I'm talking to Orion, and he said yesterday I'm at the tell him when I go back to him, we can use him. God used everybody. God used Moses, Abraham. He used all of them. We understand what that was about because he had a bigger goal. He had a bigger goal. He wanted to make change, and God, you know, he could have came back on earth, but he needed to understand the moment of the impact of the situation. And he could have came, but he sent all of his disciples. And I went up the round and I told y'all when I went to church in the city, I told y'all I was going to go up there and talk to him. And after church, I went and talked to him, and I told y'all what he said about this and that, about God sent everybody on a mission. And I think that's the way that was. So, I'm gonna respond back to him. I'm gonna go up to him again. Maybe I'm coming a little early to Sunday and tell him something. Say God uses everybody. You know what I'm saying? He uses everybody, but it's the way you're doing things and the way how you do it and you move in that direction. And I always was able to restructure and move in a different way. And I think I'm not going to back away from terrorism. I'm not going to back away from other people because they want to get manipulated and want to listen to everybody, man. When I get on that train home, I say, God said, you just have that strength and you have that patience, man. Whatever happens. But I'm not going to stick by racism rules. And I refuse to stick by racism rules where my enemy don't want me to nobody. Where black and I'm gonna tell the civil rights. My enemy, and I'm gonna tell the Dallas court through the civil rights. Where my enemy don't want me with nobody. Where my enemy of racism, black and disability don't want you with a kid. And that can be black man can your enemy with racism. Don't want you with that. So you want me to stick by the rules while the enemy wants you to suffer. We seeing how these women behaving and people behaving in Dallas. No, man. And we seeing these things. Why should I let my enemy win? And I'm gonna tell Joe Biden, why should I let my enemy win? Why should we stick by racism rules? Why should we let our enemy win against this against whatever they standing for? Why should we let them win? And I'm gonna let the civil rights. Why should we let them win? Why should we be a yeah? What happened? Why should we let them win? And that's the understanding. Why should we let them? Why should we let them win? Why should I stick by racism rules and they want me to lose? They want me not to win. And not black people thought this was words that people the streets are going. Let me tell you, we all got our point of views and our different point of views. But when other people's point of views are not getting heard, and that could be a point of view where society want to attack you because they don't want to agree with you. And I'm following the civil rights. If I come in that court, I refuse to stick by racism rules. We all have a right here. Why should I let my enemy win? Why should I let my enemy win that don't believe in God and we all love? One black guy say, "Oh, we created religion to make you don't want to care about each other. You getting on TV, you getting on YouTube, and you saying you don't want to care because you are for yourself." Daddy, I have to pee. Yeah, go up, get up, go to the bathroom. Hold up, guys. No, with that situation, I had a dream. You have to be humble because You know, God gave me a dream that cut off that light, Hubert. Cut off that light in the bedroom. Are you turn off the light? Do you turn off the light? Get up and talk. Go turn. I got it. Go turn it off. Hurry up. Go. Turn it off. Turn it off. Put off the light. Put off the light. Turn it off. You want me to call Grandma in here? You're not going. I want another hot. No, you ate already. You had 3 corn dogs. No. Stop. You had 3 corn dogs. Stop. You had 3 corn dogs. You had 3 corn dogs. I want another corn dog. No, you had 3 corn dogs. You don't need to be eating out like that. If you give me corn dogs, I'm not giving you my money. What? I'm not giving you my money. You're not giving me a money? Hey, I'm gonna get you something. We're gonna have a little snack in a few, right? I want crackers. All right, give me a few minutes. I'm in my broadcast. But everybody want us to stick by those rules. And I think, the family not gonna. I had a dream. We have to work out things, but it can be so hard to work out things with family when the views are different. And that's when parents and other people don't like to listen. The views are different. It can be hard because everybody want to picture a society where we can't understand it. And the viewpoints are different. And some of these old people, they used to working in their old ways, most of them. And we don't come with dreams, and everybody else don't come with dreams and all of it. But we have to understand what is the bigger picture here. But I'm not gonna allow the mayor or anybody else. You want me to stick by racism rules. You want me to be you want me to stick by that. And God said we refuse to do that. I told the FBI here, I told them look here, and I told the Justice Department, when we do this, it's gonna be me and God against you. I want a new paper, me and God versus the state of Texas, and seeing into the Holy Spirit. That means I'm watching my enemy. Me and God versus, I said, I want new documents. I said, me and God versus the state of Texas. Because we see in the spirit behavior of our enemy. Deception, deceiving. If I was if I was a U.S. troop, you're gonna get a snack. You don't got no snack. Hold up, right there. It's a killer. You need no snack in the I get a lot. I get a lot. No, we have to, differences got us apart, man. And and people put us in a situation that, and people want to talk about, the mayor and attorney general acted. Why I with Social Security, they acted without having effects about the behavior from the workers, and they had no business acting. The attorney general had no business acting in the mayor. Listen to somebody what somebody had to say. And I think I wasn't being heard by my government in 2019. And everybody want to talk about their tax dollars in the mall, but when the government have done wrong, what can we do about that? And I'm doing everything the call center gave me to learn to the local government. He hung us up in my face. But you don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? And that can be the biggest problem that we have up in society, where our own government don't want to hear what we have to say. And that can be Social Security, that can be a courthouse, that can be any local government situation. The mayor knew was wrong, and Attorney General was wrong. Have all the facts first. Senator Ted have not sent me anything about. I said, Senator Ted, let's have those calls that we can't. Let me tell you something. We can't have calls because they're not going to be to have some calls because they hang up. And I told Joe Biden and I told the Justice Department, every time we want to ask something, ask to speak to a manager when they being rude to us, they hang up in our face. They don't want to give us their names and Social Security. And this can be at the cost, and this can be the biggest problem. Now they want to make a rule about they can't help, but this is closed line. Your bullshit is catching up with you. And I'm gonna tell Senator Ted that. Oh, now your call center talk about we can't help you, we close, because your bullshit is catching up with you. Your bullshit, your lies from your workers and your behavior. But society wants to look at one picture. The attorney general and the mayor and these racist businesses and people about their tax dollars, they want to look at one side of the situation. And they're not looking at the other side of the situation, the other people behavior. And we keep on looking at one side and making it about the money and not making it about how people is getting treated. It's like in Walmart. He talking about the prices. How about customer service and treating your customer with respect and dignity? Nobody is not gonna. And let me tell you, Walmart is a $1 billion company, and there's a million people that care about themselves, and they don't care unless it happens to them in the society world. Or you get treated bad by an employee, you get this and that. And we live in that format where, look at Dilgman Miller. He talk about prices and extension. What about your respecting your customers? What about treating? Because we know people still okay. We got that, but everybody's not trying to do nothing when we come. When I was in the deli, when I was in the deli, I know my customers' spirit before they walked up. Some of them didn't. Some of them I had a problem with it. But I stayed quiet. Do you want somebody help? One guy didn't want me to help him. And I said, hold up, do you want somebody else then? Every time he came, since he didn't want me to help him, every time he came back in that deli, every time he came back in there, I told him, let my manager, let my worker, let my coworker help him out. Okay, then one day he got tired and said, oh, I want him to do it. All right. We can't keep doing this every time. You as a customer, you don't want to let me serve you. And you don't want to let me do that. And then when I put my coworker, Chris, or another coworker in that predicament, and I let them take over and I put I want him to help. I realized this customer been coming in every time and he don't want me to help him. The Jamaican man, he don't want me to help him. So, and he got to the point, I want him to do, all right, we're not going to do this every time. This is something that we are not going to do. You want other people to help you out? Okay. Now, we ain't going to do this every time. So I got other things I should be doing in the store, in the deli. So let me go do other things. If you don't want me to help you as a customer, I got other things to do. So it other things that I should be doing. So that was the problem I'm having with that, with one of those situations. But I understand how my customers feel in the spirit, and that's the most important thing with this situation. Jessica manager got mad talking about you ain't friendly with everybody. It's my job to talk and greet the customer. And my thing with me doing what I'm told to do, understanding it was more problems. But when me doing what I'm told to do on the clock, that was causing a problem. Oh, you doing everybody else's job, and you they don't pay me enough when they got me wrote up. Oh, you still come back to work. They wanted to sabotage what I was coming in being a team player. And that's why we couldn't get along in Walmart. But they was calling me out of names, talking about using me, doing all this. And that's not right. A manager told me that worked for Jessica. He said, Hugh, I really care about you. Hey Hubert, you're a good person. He worked in the meat department. But don't let because when Jessica told me I gotta wait. And he told me when I first got and worked with Jessica. And Jessica put me in the meat department. And he told me, Hubert, you're a good person. And I don't want Jessica and them and James and them to lie to you like they lied to everybody else. Don't give your hopes up in this Walmart business. And everything that this guy in the meat department told me, it was actually her behavior was actually coming true. You gotta wait 3 years to come in. Yes, yes. And I don't even blame him. If I ever see this guy in the meat department, I say, everything you told me was the truth. Everything that you told me was the truth. And he like, you're a good guy. Don't let Walmart and Jessica and them promise you something and lie to you and use you. And when I heard Jessica said that we can use them in a bad way, like they didn't like it that I was this. It's different from church. Around this is different. This is not letting me be successful in Walmart. This is different. We on two different pages. This is a Walmart ego. We is on two different pages. This is different from church in the city saying, Orion saying he's gonna use me. He's using me for God to all us to have that higher power. But Jessica and them, they use it to not let me be successful with racism.
Stop. I told you about that already. Stop. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I didn't even know you was playing with that.
Lay down.
So relax yourself, here. Relax yourself. I wish you had your pad, but relax yourself. We're gonna try to go get a charger or something, okay?
Where's the pad at?
It's probably not charging up right. Something wrong with the charger port. It's not charging up right.
It's not making that noise.
That is the main thing in that situation. Everybody wants to do that. But I realized something with me working at Walmart, man. It just he said, Hubert, you're a good person and you don't deserve to be lied to by Jessica. And if I ever meet this guy again in the meat department, and I can't go back to that Walmart, but if I ever meet this guy again, if I ever meet this guy again, yeah. If I ever meet this guy and somebody unbanded me the second time from that. So if I ever meet this guy in the meat department again, I'm gonna tell him you was right. Jessica and them don't deserve me. People that tried to stop your success in Walmart, they don't deserve you. And he meant what he said. Don't let Jessica make. And this was they want me to be successful in Walmart. I already had the tools. I'm already intelligent. And let me tell you, Doug Miller, Walmart employee, put me in a back room, and I studied them. And I sit up there, and I studied them. And I saw this man named June at 2996. He pulled me in the room. So I say, look here, we're gonna play dumb a little bit with that. and he was actually being racist. I'm gonna tell him I don't know how to spell it, write this and this and that. We're gonna play dumb for a second. And June was a racist Chinese man. He was being racist as a store as assistant manager, and I was studying him. People try to study me, and you can never study. You can never figure me out in the spirit of anything, you know. But he was being racial in that one. That room was a racial confrontation, and I had the experience sitting in that back room with Doug Miller employee, and he was, and I'm sitting there. Hold on, let me peep him out. We're gonna play like we don't know. We're gonna peep this little dumbass Chinese man out that's being racist, and that's being racist with the other Walmart employee. And he did exactly what I wanted them. Join. We're gonna talk about James typing up how I write. So we're gonna study where James had to get feedback to the Walmart, and you're judging me off my hand. Everybody don't have to have the best handwriting. We can type up stuff on the computer. You ever watch? It's this actor that played in Bobby Boucher, that played in that. She sat in his house and she hold this one man character, but she write her book with a typewriter, right? And she hold this other actor that plays in Waterboy, that plays Alan Sandler's mom, right? She didn't have all her tools together. She didn't have a computer. She didn't have, but she used the typewriter. But the thing is, yeah, we use stuff. We have created so much technology. So if we don't know how to spell or print something, or pronounce something, we can use Google. You want to limit to people, and this is what Walmart people want to limit to people because of what they can't catch on to most of the time. Everybody is not going to catch on technology. God gave us technology to use to help us out advance, but so that could be the biggest problem we got up in society. But I told Walmart, if I tell Doug, look, let me use Google, I can, but him, James, analyzing me, and I sat there in that back room one day after me and James had a meeting, and had that meeting, I see him typing, and I think it was discuss my handwriting. I think it was discuss the way I write and the way I do things. So I see James, and I'm studying him, and I'm observing him, and I'm seeing him on a computer. I know he's talking to Walmart corporate office, writing it in the system. And I know that's most of it's going to be about me and my handwriting, the way I handle things. So I'm watching him. I'm passing through the room after the meeting, and I'm observing James. When after we get out that meeting, and he told me to write it down, I'm observing. I'm studying James, and he didn't even know he's sitting up there by the computer, and I'm studying him. And that was the most important thing that I was doing. I was studying him the whole time. And after we got out that meeting, I said, he's up there writing to Walmart and putting it in the system. It's not just about me and my situation. We discussing handwriting. We discussing if he can be able to do stuff in the business. It's just like when I went on an interview for Kroger's in Frankfurt, and this guy didn't want me to have the position because of my handwriting. Hut you. You better stop, and you ain't blushing. Get the thing off your face. So yeah, that is the thing with that one. So I was studying James. I was studying everything that he does, and I like I passed through to him. It's not just about my handwriting; it's about the way I do things. So, I'm observing him and how he's writing and how and I'm looking at him to see he got to get his back to the corporate office. He got to get his back to corporate office. It's not just about what I'm doing; it's about my intelligence, the way I write, and the way. And we all don't have the best handwriting. I'm at this interview at Kroger's, and this guy, I wanted to work in the deli at the time, and and he didn't want me to be in that position. And he wanted me to do what he wanted to do because of my handwriting. And I didn't take the job. So after I got back on at Walmart, because my mama know the friend, and after I got back on at Walmart, he corporate office, Kroger's managers coming up there in the deli, and they stand at me. Like you didn't want me, but you see me in the deli now, and you see me working, and you didn't want me to have that position because you was being racist in the Kroger's business on Frankfurt. And I didn't take. I passed the drug test. I passed the drug test. I would have got my Kroger shirt, but I had to say that Charles did me wrong with a racist behavior. And I said when I worked at 1216, and I said I refuse to let that happen like it happened at Wall 1216. And let me tell you, I'm at one end of the table and Charles at another end of the table. And Charles is racial profiling me. He's at one end of the table and I'm at one end of the table. Imagine two kings sitting at the table, at the end of the table. And that other king is judging him as a store manager. He's a store manager. Yeah. What you want? That other king manager judging me as a store manager. Two kings sitting at the end of the table. Later. You don't supposed to be eating all that's enough. You don't supposed to hear. No, that was racial profiling me at Walmart. One king and another king sitting at the end of the table, and you being racial profiled by Charles. And then Yvonne put me in the room and started throwing shots at me. Felicia and the Mexican manager started throwing shots. Let me hear my story. Let me tell my story. And I asked the Justice Department. This man wanted to hear one side of the story while other employees, Russell put me in the room and cussed me out with racist. Fuck New Orleans at 1216 and say, look at these managers' behavior. Yeah. You're going to get crackers later. No, you have crackers. You can't always have what you want here. You can't always have what you want. I want some more. No. 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 You throw that, you're going to be in big trouble. We're going to cut off that TV and go to sleep. No, but I got racial profile. I had to cut off another person that's a Walmart employee because he said something about what he didn't do to me. They had me in the parking lot and everybody watching me push cart by myself. And I had another employee gonna tell me, oh, the reason why they don't want you to do it because they don't believe that you can do it. No, that's not your decision to make. You're not God. Walmart trying to play God. These business politics trying to play God and act like they know what the mind can do and know what the body and the spirit can hold. And these racist business trying to play God. They trying to play God and limited people. A person from Ticket to Work program. I'm gonna take that away from you. You're gonna start crying. A person from Ticket to Work program came in there and went up to Walmart and went up to him. And he told him, and I tried to tell the Social Security, oh, they don't got nothing to do with it. I said, I was being racial profile. I'm telling the call center what was going on. Why I had all of them jobs and the call center telling me, oh, I don't got to. You're not trying to listen at the racism that's going on in the business. But you asking, they don't got nothing. Listen, you forced my hand as a call center. But the Ticket to Work program go in there and he goes to talk to Charles. He can't do it. You're racial. You're judging. Nobody wants to deal with that, man. I told her what happened at 1216. I was being judged. I told the Justice Department, I don't want to meet Doug McMillan in this court situation. I don't want to meet him. I want what I want, and I don't want to meet him. The arguments that people don't want to listen to people, and other people got their point of views. I know how to network. I know how to do everything. I learned some things from Jessica when Jessica told me, hold up, I need you to do this to do this, to bend this, and to move the merchandise up to the front. Do this. I can't. You can't see me. To do all of this and stuff and all of that stuff. So racism was given in Walmart, but people determine how we determine things. Listen to other people. I really went to Walmart and I thought, they didn't want to. I was getting into with the employees after I left, and the lady from she's in New Orleans. Oh, you don't tell something's wrong with that. When I couldn't work at Walmart, and they didn't even want to hire me back. Then I told you no, I'm gonna cut off that light. No, can always have it going. That's enough. No. You gotta relax. You can get a juice. All right. You have the subject. Juice. You close the door. Why you gotta close that door? So, people want to judge people, man. I think I need to tell my story, and I told the Justice Department I don't want to meet him, man. We don't want to meet a man. They didn't even want to hire me back, and and Shy really wanted me on. My mama friend Shy really wanted me on, and it was like we need you. And they didn't want to hire me back, but everybody want to speak on your situation, and that's what the employees started to speak on my situation at 2996. Wherever Walmart found out, I remember that phone call. They say, Hubert, we're gonna get to the bottom of this right now, and I was able to get hired back on. But I hate when people want to speak on your situation and they don't know what happened. And that was during that 2996. When I left the clock and I got back on, and this employee manager that worked for Doug Miller at 2996 want to talk about, oh, you don't tell something wrong with you. No. I told him to look at the camera. You're going to see James, you're going to see Xavier, my friend Sabina and them was coming up in there. Tabitha and them was coming up in there. And Sabina's cousin, husband. And he said, Hubert, he remembered me since I was a little kid. And he said, Hubert, you have grown so much. And the action I had with my old friends and people coming from my old job that seeing me from Big Lots, this big guy that was in there, and he worked with me when I was in high school at Big Lots and in Carrollton when I was at Newman Smith High School. And he didn't remember me. And I had to tell him, you remember you used to be the manager and I used to work with you, used to work with me. Me remembering people when I was at 15 years old, when I was working, I said, you don't even remember me. And he looked at me, he's a big guy, and he got glasses on. And this, people just, I told the Justice Department, I don't want to meet with Doug Miller. You don't want to meet with people that behave themselves and can't act professional. That break the law. Jealousy. I said, look at jealousy on the clock. Look at the jealousy from the Holy Spirit of me communicating with the customers and see the way James and everybody acted in the spirit with my friend Tabitha. Them came and hugged me. Say, Hugo, we miss you. Yeah.
So you didn't get this, and you didn't get $9. So I got 2 money.
All right, you got 2 money.
So I get more crackers.
You get more crackers.
Cause you have this.
So you can't be eating all that crackers.
You're supposed to have this kind.
You later, not right now. You just I gave you
Look,
2.
You're supposed to have.
All right. You substituted.
You see how?
Yeah.
You see how I get?
Yeah. You substituted. Yeah, I understand what you're talking
You
about.
so you don't get none.
I don't get none. All right.
So you don't get no crackers from me. And so I get crackers. If you have this.
All right. A little bit you will get something, okay? Not right now.
Man! I want the crackers.
You can't always have what we want.
I'm going to give me some crackers.
Later. You have crackers later. But that's the thing with that situation.
Yeah.
Can't always have practice problems. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing with that. I told him I don't want to meet with you. I don't want to meet, and I don't want to discuss anything. You give me some time, I'll get you some crackers. But I don't want to meet with you, man. That's something. If it was me sitting at the company, that'd be a different story. If it was me sitting at the company, that'd be a different story. Hey, you better stop. You want to get something? Hold up. You just had crackers. I just went and got you crackers. I got you a juice. You see, you acting a fool on my social media while I'm on social media, dude. But that's the situation. People just do you wrong, man, and don't understand the racial part of the situation. Don't understand it. I don't want to meet you in the courtroom. If it ain't discussing me being at the table, give me my justice, man. If it's not discussing me being at the table. So give me my justice if you're gonna sit up there and lie. And give me my justice if it's not discussing. I want what I want. If it's not me discussing being at the table, I don't want to discuss anything with you, man. And that's the problem. This is, you was wrong for what you did, but you had to do it. No, you didn't have to lie on someone because you scared of your manager rival might lose his position, and you wanted him in charge. That is racist. You in your corporate office. Me interacting with the customer. Governor Abbott can say everything we want. But I'm going to tell Governor Abbott, when I was at Goodman Miller Clark, one thing me and the customer talked about, Ms. Linda, we talked about how you don't invest in disability, Governor Abbott, and how the state of Texas and the mayor, Eric Johnson, and the rest of them dumb motherfuckers sit up there and talk and put money in everything else but can't invest in disability at the high school. And you only put it in middle school education, elementary school. And when I was working at 2996, I didn't have that relationship. We just didn't talk about merchandise. We talked about different stuff with the customers. And that's what we have to understand. Me understanding my customer spirit, understanding what they need in the spirit, understanding the Holy Spirit of my customers, even though my customers not going to always have their eyes on the product. But understanding what my customer wants in the spirit, we don't even have to talk to each other. We don't even have to talk to each other. But you have to know what your customer's not going to always have their hands on the product. But you must know what your customer wants in the spirit. I told Dick Miller, you scared that God might shake the foundation? You scared to let me at the table? That God might shock the foundation of you of change? You scared of change, Walmart? And this is what you scared of change? Wayne said, I'm going to drop the fucking world on your head. God said, I'm going to drop the heavens on Walmart. You scared of change? He stole my idea. I told everybody, look, if I was a Walmart CEO, I would let all of my employees be able to put $20, $100, $20 each paycheck and be given at the top of the year. You could be making $100 each paycheck, and some of it could be at the top of the year, and some can be at the next pay period. It can keep adding up at the next pay period. So understand this. I will allow you to put $20 into your pay raise, and I have to pay you what you put in. So if you're making $18 an hour, and by the time you put in 20 into your pay raise, and you add $100 and $100 an hour, and I still have to give you a raise, and we moving every full-time employee up. We moving every here right here. Yes, I have it right here. Yeah. And I'm giving every full-time employee $10 for full-time wages. Full-time. That means you're gonna be making 50 an hour. Every full-time Walmart employee gonna be making 50 an hour. So you're making 40 right now. You're gonna be making 50. And the store manager turned up a little bit. Not that up. Turn it up a little bit. Is it working? You can hear it now?
Huh?
But that's the thing with that. Every American employee could be making $10 an hour. $10, 50. They could be making $50 full time. And then the store manager can be making 60 an hour. A store manager can be making 60 an hour. But a Walmart full employee, we gonna raise the full time wages up. We're gonna give people that's full time that $10. That $10. Joe Biden told me to discuss my idea. They stole my Walmart van idea. You know, Jessica was on my TikTok and on my situation, and they was on it. And it tells you on all your social media platforms. Do you want everybody? Do you want people from your phone contacts to know if I'm talking to Jessica and I'm got Walmart in my phone? It tells you. Do you want, even on my pad right here? Even though this is not a phone, it tells you. Do you want your email contacts or your Facebook contact to know that you're on your social media? It tells you that. It tells you on every platform. It tells you that. Joe Biden is the reason why Joe Biden doing to discuss my idea. Everybody in hip hop, I say the future, we're gonna buy property with nothing on it. And we're gonna put mansions on those properties. Everybody. Every artist on it. I even talk about we can have a club on that property. I discussed it, and another thing I talked about us. I was on Houston on Likey, and I was talking to people. We bring in Disney. Hey Hubert, get away from that wall. We bring in Disney Channel to Texas, and we have a Texas network where people can be able to summertime and do sets on the thing, and we make a deal with Orlando, Florida, and we bring Disney to Texas, and we actually doing shows, Disney shows in Texas. You know, a person would love to do a Disney show at Norman Smith or they school, do something that is big, where we don't have to just come to Florida, go to Orlando. Disney should come to Texas. The Disney Channel should come to Texas, and people should be able to make things happen in Texas. And I was in there just having a conversation with people. I got more connections. Hubert, you still going on that wall? And I told you no, didn't I?
No.
You see, you hitting your head. You see, you hit your head. It's your fault. Then you want to cry. You want to cry. You ain't listening.
Again.
Yeah.
I want.
All right. Keep doing what he doing.
I will push it next to it.
Yeah.
I pushed it.
Yeah.